Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you have ever felt completely overwhelmed trying to figure out what your brand actually stands for, you are exactly in the right place today. We're going to dive into some fantastic source material that completely demystifies brand strategy. By the time we're done, we'll have turned ChatGPT into your own personal branding expert.
Let's kick things off with this absolute truth. People don't buy what you sell, they buy why you sell it. This right here, this is exactly why so many businesses fail right out of the gate. They totally skip their why. Aspiring business owners will spend days obsessing over logos and hex codes, but they totally forget to ask the most important question. Why does this brand actually exist? Without that why, a brand is just forgettable.
So here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover 1, the fatal branding mistake, 2, the 4 pillars of success, 3, the AI brand strategist, and 4, finalizing your brand identity. Let's get right into it. Section 1, the fatal branding mistake. Look, there is a massive difference between superficial branding and a deep, meaning-driven strategy that actually works. The wrong mindset, that's thinking your purpose is just to make money, or that your brand is nothing more than a pretty logo. But the right mindset, the winning approach, is understanding that your true purpose is about establishing that why and forging a real, lasting emotional connection with your audience. And here is the real kicker. Making money is the outcome of a successful brand, not its purpose. I see this mistake all the time where people proudly declare, well, my purpose is to make money. But people connect with meaning, not just marketing. Revenue is simply the natural, inevitable result of getting that underlying meaning right. The data totally backs this up too. Brands with a strong purpose grow faster, they build way stronger trust, and they create far deeper emotional connections. Think about the absolute giants out there. Apple, Nike, Tesla. They don't just sell phones or shoes or cars, right? They stand for something much bigger. And because of that, they build a literal army of loyal fans instead of just, one-time customers. Moving right along to Section 2, the 4 pillars of success. Before we even touch AI, we have to know our building blocks. Pillar number 1 is your purpose. This is the absolute bedrock of the whole shebang. It's your ultimate reason for existing, and it directly answers the question, why does your brand exist? Having total clarity here is what drives every single emotional connection you're going to make with your audience. Next up is Pillar 2, your mission. So if your purpose is your lofty why, your mission is super practical. It defines exactly what you do right now, today, and who you do it for. Think of it as a daily compass that keeps all your business actions tightly focused and on track. Then we have Pillar 3, your vision. This one is entirely about looking forward. It's not about what you're doing today, it's about the ideal future you are trying to create through your brand. A bold vision inspires trust and gives both your customers and your team something truly meaningful to believe in over the long haul. And finally, the 4th pillar, brand values. These are the core principles you will never, ever compromise on. Sometimes you hear business owners say, oh, I don't need values, I just need paying clients. Actually, scratch that. That is the worst way to think about it. Your values dictate exactly who you attract. They act like a magnet for the right customers, the right employees, and the right partners. All right, let's get into the really fun stuff. Section 3, the AI brand strategist. A strong brand purpose comes from absolute clarity, not from just sitting there staring at a blank page, aimlessly brainstorming. We can actually use a very specific 3-step framework to easily extract your unique story. First, we assign the AI a specific role. Second, we request 5 questions, but we ask for them one by one. And third, you just answer them honestly. So you're literally going to open up ChatGPT and paste in this exact prompt. Act like a brand strategist. Ask me 5 powerful questions to uncover my deeper purpose, my story, and why I want to build this brand. Then follow it up immediately by typing, ask these questions one by one. That is a crucial little detail right there, because it prevents the AI from just overwhelming you with a massive well of text. Let's imagine you were starting a marketing agency. When the AI asks about your inspiration, you might say, well, I really struggled to generate leads myself, which inspired me to help others. For the problem, you might note that small businesses are failing. For your journey, you explain how you built lead gen systems. For impact, your goal is to create jobs. And for your brand persona, you want people to feel confident and supported. See what's happening here? You are essentially taking your own authentic personal struggles and turning them into your future business impact. Which brings us to the home stretch. Section 4, finalizing your brand identity.
Okay, so after you've poured your heart out answering those 5 deep questions, you're going to use this prompt. Based on my answers, summarize my core purpose in one powerful sentence. This is brilliant because it forces the AI to take all that raw, messy material you just provided and distill your entire emotional why into a single, punchy, highly memorable sentence.
Once you have that singular purpose locked in perfectly, you drop in this master prompt. Based on this purpose, write a powerful mission statement, a bold vision statement, and 5 core brand values. Just like that, in a matter of seconds, you generate the remaining 3 pillars of your brand foundation. You suddenly have a complete, professional-grade brand identity.
Now, here is a massive pro tip for you to ensure absolute top-tier quality. Don't just stop at the first draft. Take the output you just got from ChatGPT and cross-reference it with other AI tools like Gemini or Perplexity. Ask those tools to review and refine what ChatGPT wrote. It polishes your brand identity to absolute perfection so it sounds as human, natural, and impactful as possible.
By the way, all of these frameworks we're diving into today come straight from digitalproductforge.online. So if you're looking for even more resources on using AI for branding, digital marketing, or content creation, their materials provide some truly excellent step-by-step guidance to build on everything we've just covered. So we have covered the fatal branding mistakes, we've clearly defined the 4 pillars, and we've walked through the exact AI prompts you need to extract your deeper purpose. These tools are completely free, and they are literally waiting at your fingertips. The only question left for you to answer is this. Now that you have the strategy, what impact are you going to make? What will your brand stand for? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what you build.